How you doing, YouTube? This is Gunnery767 bringing you another YouTube video. Today's YouTube video is going to be over precious metals, other investment vehicles that you can put your hard-earned cash into that will ensure your wealth over the long period. And also, this YouTube video is also to kind of go over some of the things that have been transpiring not only in the United States but globally with the financial system. But first, I'd like to kind of give a shout out to some individuals that kind of got me to make this video today. The owner and creator of a Facebook page called Ready Side Up. The creator and owner of that page is John Nelson. I actually know Mr. Nelson. He served with me in the Marine Corps, and he's a pretty good guy. So if you get a chance, go over to his Facebook page, Ready Side Up. Go ahead and join that Facebook group, and it's very thought-provoking in regards to preparedness, self-sufficiency. It's not your normal prepper group. It's very, very useful and very thought-provoking. A lot of the community members there they communicate with each other very well. They sit down there and they go back and forth in regards to specific subjects, and it's very informative, very thought-provoking, and very useful, specifically in the times that we're living in. Additionally, John Nelson also has a YouTube video account called, the handle is 7th Generation Warfare. So go ahead and head over to his YouTube page and go ahead and subscribe. Same thing, very thought-provoking, very useful, very informative information. And it'll definitely start making you think about some of the things that are going on right now in where we live in the United States, and definitely across the world, and aid you in your prepping journey. So now that we got all that out of the way, let's go ahead and kind of focus on the main theme of this video, which is precious metals. So if you can see right in front of you, I have got a small collection of silver, a little bit of gold, and this is one of the things that I invest in as far as to ensure my purchasing power. As a lot of people know, since the US dollar has been in circulation, it's lost value, specifically from 1913 to the present. And if you're wondering why from 1913, that is when the central bank, or the Federal Reserve in the United States, was created. And from that point on, the American dollar has lost about almost 98% of its purchasing power from that point on. And it comes down to the Federal Reserve and the US government printing money. It's very simple economics. The more you have of something, the less valuable it is. For a long time, the American dollar was backed by gold. President Nixon in 1971, he went ahead and took the American dollar off of the gold standard. And actually before that, the US was taking off of the silver standard. A lot of people don't know this, but when you can actually stack silver almost for free. And the reason being is because from 1964 and earlier, all American coinage, with the exception of nickels, quarters, dimes, half dollars, were all 90% silver. So if you get any change when you go ahead and buy something, make sure you check your quarters, your dimes, and if you get any half dollars, check to see if they're 1964 or earlier, and you just got a little bit of silver. Same thing with this Kennedy $50. Was minted in 1964. This is 90% silver. So, so those two actions alone have, in my opinion, have really, really hurt the American dollar. And when you have a currency that is backed by a tangible asset like gold or silver, you basically unchain federal government's abilities to print copious amounts of dollars, which throughout the history of the planet has only ended in one way, and that is the complete devaluation of that specific currency all the way down to zero. And we can go ahead and take a look at all of the other times in history when fiat currencies have failed. Look at the Weimar Republic. You see pictures of German citizens taking their cash, wheelbarrows full of cash, to go make purchases. There's famous pictures out there. Google it, you can see it. There are a famous picture of a lady taking stacks of Deutschmarks and throwing them into the fire because they were worthless. They were more useful to them to burn for heat than it was to spend them. You can sit down there and take a look at Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe was a breadbasket of Africa. And once Robert Mugabe took control over the country, he wound up taking away, repatriating farms and giving them to the indigenous population, which didn't know how to farm. And they wound up destroying their whole agricultural supply base. And then he started importing a lot of stuff. Well, that costs money. And so what he did was he just started printing trillions of Zimbabwean dollars, which created hyperinflation. If you go to Zimbabwe right now, you will have people there in Zimbabwe panning for gold just for a 20th of a gram of gold so they can go ahead and eat. It's pretty sad. I got to see that firsthand. I was on a special duty assignment called Marine Security Guard duty, basically where we go and we get stationed in embassies abroad, and we guard classified material, the ambassador, and government property. Also, too, we get a chance to travel when we support other embassies. And I was in Pretoria, South Africa, and I was able to go to Harare, Zimbabwe, and I got to see firsthand how Zimbabwe is. Beautiful country, but they're completely impoverished because one of the reasons is their government mishandled their currency. And I believe that is what is happening here in the United States. If you want to go ahead and take a look at modern day, some more modern day versions of currency devaluation, take a look at Venezuela. Venezuela is right now going through hyperinflation. Same thing. You sit down there and you look at people that have invested in precious metals. They've held their purchasing power. They can go ahead and purchase the goods and services that they need. As the Venezuela Bolivar devalued, the price for silver and gold has risen. Its purchasing power was maintained. You can't really do that with a whole lot of other things. It's kind of debatable if you can do that with Bitcoin and all that, but with Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, you take a look at China. China, they have completely cut off the ability to exchange your cryptocurrency into some type of a usable currency. A lot of Chinese citizens have to go ahead and get out of China and go to different places to be able to exchange their Bitcoin. So you have an issue with that. Here in the States, cryptocurrency is pretty still widely acceptable and able to be converted, but I think that is going to possibly change in the near future, especially if the United States rolls out a centrally backed digital currency. The government doesn't like competition, so I think that they could possibly do the same thing China's doing and cut off your ability to transfer your Bitcoin, your Ethereum, your Dogecoin into hard cash. So, but anyways, what I got here, I've got a bunch of silver coins. One thing I've got is American Silver Eagle. These right here are the most recognized silver coins on the planet. They're very expensive. They're going for almost $9 or $11 over spot price. So I really don't purchase these right now. I kind of tend to purchase more of just standard silver coins. I also like the Canadian Maples. 4.9 fine. A very recognizable silver bullion coin, government minted. And then the one coin that I get, just the normal silver rounds, that is way more affordable right now. I've got hundreds of these, is the American Silver Buffalo. 1 troy ounce. You've got the Indian head on the other side. And of course the iconic buffalo. Very, very recognizable coin. Buying silver rounds is a really, really smart way to stack silver, because it allows you to get the everyday items that it takes to exist. Like you can go ahead and use silver 1 ounce coins, or even these 1964 earlier American coins. Some people call them junk silver, other people call them constitutional, but for your smaller purchases, you can go ahead and have these silver coins that are small, very easily divided, and buy your smaller things. I've also got a 10 ounce Engelhart bar. Engelhart is extremely famous. They're currently no longer in business. I think they were bought out by somebody, but they're a very, very old precious metals business. A 10 ounce bar, very beautiful. Also, I have a 5 ounce Walking Liberty coin, 5 troy ounces, 3.9, very nice. Also too though, so every once in a while I'll go ahead and buy a bigger purchase. Here is a Monarch Precious Metals 25 ounce bar, 3.9s fine. I like the rustic, you know, roughness of it. Has a lot of character. Also got this Pony Express 5 ounce bar. Very nice, kind of polished. But yeah, silver is extremely good in purchasing the everyday items that you're gonna need to exist once we here in America start experiencing hyperinflation, which I think we're gonna be in the next probably 2 to 5 years. I think we're going to be in the next 2 to 5 years somewhere where Turkey is at right now. I do believe right now Turkey is experiencing about 70% inflation right now with their Turkish lira. Also too, Turkey's central bank has bought more gold than any other country on the planet. And it's been reported in January they have bought more gold than any other country on the planet. So, and there's been a lot of things as well that's happened that has forced me more into putting a little bit more of my hard-earned money into precious metals not too long ago. The banking system as a whole, ECB and the Federal Reserve, have both raised gold from a tier 3 asset to a tier 1 asset. If you don't know, tier 1 assets are straight up American dollars, cash, and government treasuries. And now gold is back to a tier 1. So, and you've got numerous countries buying gold at the highest rate that there has been purchasing of gold since the 1960s. So that's an indication to me as well. Gold, when you go to purchase gold, gold is, of course, it's more expensive. It is more of a compact form of wealth. To me, this is for like big purchases, like if the currency ever collapses, this would be what I would use to maybe buy a parcel of land or possibly buy a vehicle, or if I buy enough land and I need to get a tractor, or if my roof needs to be replaced, I can utilize this gold right here. And I don't know if you can see this, but this is a 1/4 ounce American Eagle. It's the old type. It's not the type 2, but this is a 1/4 ounce of gold. But it's very compact. So yeah, I got another one here. This one I do believe is a type 2. It's just got the eagle head on it. 3.9. So yeah. Also, here's a 1/10 of an ounce gold coin, American Walking Liberty. The old type with the eagle flying into the eagle's nest with all of its little eaglets. Is that a word? Eaglets. I'm sure if I didn't get that right, somebody's going to comment on it in the comments below. There's also bars. This is a Pamp Swiss 2.5 gram bar. Again, you know, it's very compact. As you can see there, fine gold, 4/9 fine. It's a SAID, so it's certified. And then you can even go as far as with Pamp Swiss, this 1 gram bar. Now, some people will sit down there and say, hey, it's not practical to get fractional gold. And to a point, I agree. But when you are on a limited budget and you just need to get gold, sometimes that's the only option. Here's a 1 ounce or 1 gram Perth Mint from the Australian Perth Mint. Same thing, it's a SAID. 1 gram. 4.9 fine. Pretty good investment. Another thing that has just recently come out that I think is extremely clever is what they call gold bucks or gold backs. So this is a 1 gold back from the state of Nevada. It's 1/1000th of a ounce of gold. I got a couple of these. These are very, well, not very, but they have a high premium. Outside of probably as collectibles, or if you're really hard up to get just gold, then this is a good option. But the premiums are like double the price of the gold. So by the time you would get 1,000 of these, you'd be paying like 3-4 times what it would cost to buy just a normal ounce of gold. Here's a 5 gold back from the state of Nevada. It is 1/200th of an ounce of gold. So that's another way you can go ahead and get into precious metals. But I truly believe that if you want to protect your wealth, you want to go ahead and make it to the other side if a currency collapse ever happens, then there is nothing better than physical gold and silver. There is a very popular YouTube channel, a YouTuber, his name is Alaska Prepper, and he did a video, I think in 2016, about precious metals and about Venezuela. And he did some research, some deep dive, and he lays it out extremely eloquently. But he went ahead and formalized that 1 ounce of silver in Venezuela can buy a family of 4 38.8 days worth of food. That is a lot of food. And hyperinflation that destroys a currency, but something this small can ensure that your family gets fed for 40 days. The financial system that you've trusted for your whole life collapses, and you are unable to buy the goods and services that you need to function and survive on a daily basis. You can't use. But this right here, which right now you could probably purchase this for about $36, $37, which is high, or you can go ahead and go buy something like this, which is probably around $29 today. Just one of these would, if you go to Venezuela or Zimbabwe or probably Turkey or any of these other places that are having current financial issues right now with their currencies, you can take this and convert this to cash and go and pay for almost 40 days of food for your family in a place that is experiencing hyperinflation like Venezuela. So it's just food for thought. I'm not a financial advisor. I am not saying that if you don't have any to run out and spend your whole paycheck on it. I'm not saying that. But I'm just telling you what I do. Every month, I'll buy anywhere between 3 to 5 ounces of silver. I'll sit down there and every once in a while I'll throw in some type of fractional denomination of gold. I try to keep it to where I have about 100 ounces of silver to 1 ounce of gold. Yeah, get into something that is tangible, that retains its value, that saves your purchasing power, because this fiat currency that we utilize here in the United States and a lot of other countries throughout the world are in jeopardy of ending. And when that usually happens, you usually have governments that go to war. You usually have governments that change their currencies. They create something new and start over. And when that time comes, you have something that will take you from one financial paradigm to the next. And you will have a substantial leg up of everybody else. You will have the ability to purchase what you need when a lot of other people will be wiped out. All right, YouTube, this video's went on kind of longer than what I wanted to. Again, shout out to Ready Side Up, John Nelson. Go over to his Facebook page. Go ahead and join. Go to his YouTube channel, 7th Generation Warfare. Subscribe. If you like this content, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Like. If you leave a comment, I'll try to go ahead and respond best I can. And this is going to restart in 67. I'm out.